So today, for instance, I was just trying to have good energy in practice, you know, short and sweet, just get it done. Tomorrow I'll be off, and then sort of basically resting, just making sure I come in fresh into that first round with the right mindset. And look, I don't want to be at the mercy of my opponent. I want to take charge, play aggressive myself. So for that, I need to be fast on my feet and quick in my mind. So I just need enough rest so I can play enough inspired tennis. In practice itself, I'm just trying to play forward, serving, volleying some, you know, making sure that I don't get stuck behind the baseline and just making shots. So it's more being really proactive in practice right now. Well, I mean, depending on how fit he is, if he's anything close to 100% physically, I consider him one of the big favorites to win the tournament. It's that simple. And it's the same for Novak and the same for Rafa. So I think it's very even, you know, when we put it all out on the line. Everybody has got their own little story right now, but for me, everything that happened sort of before in Queens for Andy or whatever doesn't matter so much, because I feel like Andy's one of the best players in the first week at Wimbledon, so I don't worry too much for him there, and then he can play himself into shape hopefully for week 2. Look, Novak's just coming back from winning Eastbourne now. Rafa's coming in red hot from the clay, so I see it positive for them rather than negative in some shape, which I'm sure people will try to see it that way, but I see that they are going to be tough to beat here.
So let's continue with the discussion. It's Wimbledon. It's giving us a lot of reactions. I mean, Roger Federer, I mentioned his calm, just treats tennis like
ease.
You know, I mean, it's admirable. I love it. But this guy is saying to the other guys, yeah, I'm old, but I'm still winning Grand Slams. I'm still getting to the finals. I'm rising in the rankings. He mentioned some names that are doing well. I skipped Novak Djokovic.
The rivalry is real, is intense. I think it was Boris Becker the other time that told us that Roger Federer, in spite of how gentle we all think he is, has something for Novak. And, you know, it's just quite funny that when he was talking about every other person that people are saying are not doing well, Andy Murray, Rafa Nadal, just keep Novak. Well, I don't know. We are really, you know.
He didn't mention Novak, but we know Novak is right there. Andy's also doing well.
Yeah. Just won at
Eastbourne. So we love competition. So we just watch and see. A lot of comments on social media. You guys are asking, why did Venus break down? Venus says she's heartbroken. I mean, let's just say more about that incident.
Yeah, you know, there was an incident she was involved with, and someone died. It was a case. Police reports say she was traveling at 5 miles per hour, and some even said that, you know, she on some occasions where she should have stopped, I think she beat the lights. That's what that meant. A 70-year-old lady died, and that case is in courts, and police are doing their investigation. But you know, when a star is involved in something, you know, even before the police reports, a lot of angles into it. You see a lot of TMZ, you see a lot of others news sites, some credible, some not. And I think it's really getting to her. She posted on her Facebook page that she feels sad, she's emotional. You see that she couldn't even respond to some of those questions. She broke down. The issue now is whether or not she's at fault for the death. And now you have all of that hanging over your head, and you're playing tennis.
Competition.
You know, it's affecting. And some will also argue that maybe that was a ploy for people to sympathize with her, whatever. You know, you could read a lot of meaning. Like even Roger said, you know, their actions are interpreted in, you know, many ways. We'll see.
Some of the price they get to pay as celebrities.
We'll see. But a lot of people will also, if actually she did it, some will not want her to get away with just a slap on the wrist. So a whole lot of issues. Even a lawyer declined comments on that incident. The only thing the lawyer was putting forward is that my client wasn't at fault. It wasn't at fault. The accounts that you have on social media is not true. She didn't beat the lights, as some people are reporting. I think some preliminary reports by the police are out. So we're waiting whether the prosecutors will come after her or whether she's going to face lesser charges, because that's what usually happens when all these mega stars are involved in stuff like this.
Yeah, 37-year-old Venus Williams says she's heartbroken after a 78-year-old man, Jerome Basson, lost his life at that accident. Sad one, but I mean, the show must go on. She's there at Wimbledon and she's won our first match. Let's also get on with the show now, bring you into everything that we'll be doing this morning on the program. Remember, this show is designed for you. You can talk to us. Our feedback mechanisms is still the same. A lot of things to talk about in our action-packed world of sports. On Twitter, our channels _sports, Facebook channels IFE Sports. Yes, you can also send us an email to sportsthismorning@channelstv.com. What are we talking about? The 2017 Wimbledon Tennis Championships gets our attention this morning. Just in case you don't know, in case you're just getting up from sleep, Stanislas Wawrinka is out. Did you hear that? Stanislas Wawrinka out of the Wimbledon Championship from round one. He couldn't beat a 20-year-old that is ranked for the one in the world. That's what happens in this our world where impossible is nothing. We'll also talk about our table tennis. We told you Arnold Quadri defeated Omar Assar, and he will be going to the ITTF World Cups that will take place in France later in the year. But Olufunke Oshonaike lost to Dina Meshrev, so no love lost. One Egyptian, one Nigerian going to represent Africa at that championship. Also on the show this morning,